Get Ripple, the bright new drink with that ring-a-ding flavor. Ripple.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
It's been over a month.
Really?
Yeah. And we skipped September, which was your birthday month, which is...
We skipped all of September?
We've skipped September.
Wow.
What's that song? Call Me When September Ends?
Wake Me Up.
Wake Me Up.
Green Day.
Yeah. Blink 182.
No, Green Day.
Yeah. So September is over, so now we can wake up. And it's my favorite month of the whole year.
Is it really, though?
Oh, it is. Do you see my shirt?
Boo Crew.
Uh-huh. I love Halloween.
What do the Gen Zers call that now?
Oh, sorry.
There's a word for it.
For what?
They make fun of millennials that have things written on their shirts. Chuggy. It's a thing.
That's the stupidest word I've ever heard.
I've been on TikTok too much.
Chuggy? They're just making sounds now. That's not even a word.
Oh, that's nothing new. They've been doing that for a while.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know that, and I don't care. This shirt has multiple meanings.
Okay, tell me.
Not only is it Halloween, because it says Boo Crew 31.
Yes,
31
like Halloween.
Days, but Boo Crew is also my favorite Peloton instructor.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. I almost asked, but you said it before I had a chance to.
It's Cody Rigsby, who is on Dancing with the Stars this season.
Yeah, he shouldn't be allowed.
He's
not that I have ever watched that show,
That's the thing.
But for some reason I feel very strongly about how he should not be allowed, and neither should
JoJo.
Yeah, no,
I've never watched the show before this season, but because he's in it, I'm watching the YouTube clips with him in it. And yeah, him and JoJo are professional dancers.
Yeah. So that doesn't seem fair.
They have a huge advantage, but apparently, I guess, because I never see the scoring, but I guess the judges are a lot harder on them, as they should be.
Okay.
But
I heard that they did a whole Britney episode.
Yeah.
That kind of, how do you feel about that? Tell me.
I think they're going off of the whole Free Britney.
Of course they are.
Kind of.
What?
I was going to say propaganda.
No.
But I don't think that's the right word.
No. I think it's almost exploiting. I don't know.
But I guess she would have to approve it.
Why?
Or at least her people, because they're her songs.
Oh.
So she's getting some form of royalties.
Okay. I mean, I feel like she would probably like it.
Well, remember when Glee did the whole Britney Spears episode?
Yep.
So, but on the Dancing with the Stars, it wasn't really Britney singing. It was like bad karaoke versions.
Oh, I don't like that.
It was terrible. Terrible. But, I mean, I'm a huge Britney fan, so.
I have a lot of opinions about a show that I've never watched.
Yeah, me too, apparently. Speaking of shows, can we talk about Squid Game, or can we talk about Desperate Housewives?
Okay. Well, I want to talk about Squid Game, but I don't want to because I feel like it's going to be too many spoilers. And I think I'm way ahead of you because I only have one episode left that I'm going to watch tonight, and that'll be the end of the season.
I'm in the middle of the VIP episode.
Oh, okay.
And so I know who dies because everyone dies on that show.
Pretty much.
But it's intense. It's Hunger Games on crack.
Oh, shit. All the lights just went out. Now I'm really scared.
Hold, please.
Wait, okay. While you do whatever you're doing, I'm going to keep talking because I don't know if we've ever talked about where we record right now, but we are literally in an unfinished house, that doesn't even have drywall on the walls. It's like, envision an abandoned house, and we're in the garage of it.
The one I'm sitting on.
Rosa's sitting on a Home Depot bucket turned upside down. It's really scary in here, and the lights just went out for some reason.
Wait, I need my phone. I can't see.
And that's the other thing. There's no cell service or internet service on my phone or either of our phones where we are. It's a dead zone. So we're pretty much recording from a haunted house.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Let me sit back on my bucket.
Okay, we were talking about Squid Game.
Okay. Squid Game.
And I have so many things to say, but again, I don't want to spoil it.
It's intense. It's a crazy, crazy mindfuck.
It's like a Black Mirror meets Hunger Games. Very Black Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, it is actually very Black Mirror. I didn't think of that comparison before. I just thought Hunger Games kind of, like.
I didn't want to watch it because I saw the trailer for it on Netflix when it was just doing the promotional, this is what's trending right now. And I had no desire to watch it, but then Adam had it on and I got into it. So, but otherwise, I don't think I ever would have turned it on.
I heard about it and I heard people talking about it and I'm like, oh my God, Squid Game. I thought it was some stupid reality show like
My Octopus Teacher.
I don't know.
But a squid version?
No, but like what's that, like the where you go over the obstacle courses and stuff? What is that game called? Wipeout.
Yeah, Wipeout.
Something like that. I thought it was like that. I thought it was one of those like,
because it was a game.
Yeah, and I don't know, you swim with the squid or something. I don't know. I seriously thought it was some stupid reality game show. And I'm like, why is everyone so into this game? I don't get it. And then I heard people talking about it more and saying that I should watch it. And I watched it. And I hate dubbed in voices shows. But this one, I feel like they did a really good job.
Yeah, they did.
So they made it. Some of the voices I don't think match up really well. Like I feel like the old ladies' voices should be like older ladies. But other than that, it's I can watch it. I'm getting through it.
Yeah, and then the other thing is too, because like once the games start, you're so focused on what's going on in the games that you don't really pay attention to the way their mouths are moving. Like it's just, there's so many Easter eggs and like hidden little things within the show that I feel like that looking at their facial expressions and stuff, they super overact. It's that part's a little cringy.
Yeah.
But like the
crazy
dubbed
lady
voiceover thing doesn't bother me.
Well, and so many of the people are wearing masks anyways, so you can't see their face.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
That's going to be, I bet, like one of the biggest Halloween costumes this year.
Oh, totally. Yeah, definitely going to be.
It's going to be the red suit, black mask, square, circle, triangle faces.
Such an easy Halloween costume too.
Oh, we need to do our Halloween episode, like with our costumes, remember?
Okay.
You have yours planned out already, apparently.
I do. Yes, I know exactly what I'm going to be. We should probably do it early just in case, like the last 6 weeks, we end up not recording.
No,
so
we can't take a big break anymore. I was getting lots of nasty emails.
You're so full of shit.
All right, well,
From our 2 listeners?
No, three. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. The other thing that I was going to say is maybe for our Halloween episode, if you want to do this, we've talked about doing an update episode where we go through and look at some of the stories that we've done in the past. And if there's any updates on anything, just talk about that. So I think that might be a fun thing to do on Halloween, our Halloween episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Anything else?
I mean, there's a lot of things, but I don't know if anybody really cares.
Well, do you want to tell me a story? I don't even know what you're talking about. It has,
Oh, what the hell is in this drink?
It's a caramel apple cider mimosa.
What is that at the bottom?
It's caramel.
That's just caramel?
Yeah.
No, look at it. It's like powdery.
It's caramel.
Are you sure?
I swear.
Why does this happen every week?
Because you criticize my drinks.
No, but okay, I'm serious. Like if you saw this, caramel isn't white and powdery.
I'm dosing you.
What the hell?
It's caramel.
Okay.
I went to this is a Trader Joe's drink.
I noticed.
So it's spiced cider from Trader Joe's. It's the cinnamon bun spread, which is like I put around the rim and apparently it's floating at the bottom now. And it's Prosecco.
Oh, I like it. It's good.
It's a caramel apple
really
cider mimosa.
Very tasty.
I'm almost done with mine and we aren't even 10 minutes into this episode.
Yeah, it's very drinkable. Okay. Story.
Do you have a topic?
I don't remember.
All right, just tell me your story.
I don't know how I got this one. I don't know if somebody sent this to me. I did watch a couple videos on it. My sources, because I never give my sources because really, who's listening? This is from a YouTube channel called Mr. Ballin. Have you ever watched that?
Never even heard of it. Mr. Ballin?
Yeah.
Like Ballin?
I think it's En.
Okay.
He's an ex-Navy SEAL, and he tells all of these really interesting stories about paranormal and crime and mysteries and all kinds of cool stuff.
Never heard of the guy.
He's also really hot.
Oh, well, that makes it that much better.
Yeah. He's an ex-Navy SEAL, or something like that. I don't know.
Mr.
Anyway.
Ballin'.
Mm-hmm. And then what else? Oh, Vanity Fair did an article on this, and that's where I got most of the information.
Okay.
So it's like a really in-depth article. And then Reddit. So the thing about this story I'll tell you is that because everybody who is involved is underage,
There's no names.
Right. The names are fake. I'll just tell you that starting out. And there's a lot of kind of rumors and different versions of the story. So just keep that in mind if like you've heard this story before and the stuff that I'm telling you isn't quite the way that you've heard it. It's just because there's so many different versions, but like what actually happens, kind of like the meat of it, that doesn't change.
Okay.
So back in 2003, do you remember what life was like on the internet?
Was it dial-up still?
No, I don't think so. I think it was like
2003. I was newly married.
This was around the time where I think you didn't have to track minutes anymore. I don't know if that's called broadband or whatever it was, but it was like that era.
Okay.
Thinking MySpace, MSN Messenger,
Chatrooms.
AOL Instant Messenger.
You've got mail.
Did you do Instant Messenger?
I did a bit.
Do you remember your screen name?
Probably the same one I still have. Because I haven't changed
You really
it.
need to change it.
No.
Like I'm going to make that a demand of the podcast. You need to change that screen name. It's not even relevant to your life anymore. It hasn't been relevant to your life in like 15
20
years.
I know. It's the same one.
Yeah.
I have not changed it.
I think mine had something to do with like Fly Girl because I was so fly.
For a white guy.
Yeah. And then I was trying to remember because there are some good ones. One of my good friends was Cyanide Coated Peanuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's...
He's like the only one I remember because he had such a weird name.
I don't even know how to spell cyanide.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Oh.
But yeah, it was also the age of MySpace.
Yes.
And this whole story kind of involves chat rooms and
MySpace.
that era. So put yourself there.
I liked how I could make my MySpace all like colorful and play music and pick my top 8. I do remember that. You know that well, I don't know about yours, but my MySpace is still out there.
No, mine isn't.
You
anymore.
deleted it?
I did delete it. I tried to delete it for years and I couldn't figure out how to do it because one time I had left it open, and this is when I was still living at home, and my brother
yes, he's known to do stuff.
Went on it. And, you know, like what people do now is, well, not now, but like 10 years ago, they would write like, oh, some have explosive diarrhea or whatever. That would have been one thing. No, he went in and changed the settings to like French.
Oh.
So I couldn't delete it forever.
Because you didn't know how to read it.
I didn't.
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah.
He writes on mine, like I'm having explosive diarrhea, or I ate veal for the first time and it was delicious.
The hell. Yeah, no, MySpace taught us all how to code back in the day. And you had your own custom song and background and all that fun stuff that kids today, they don't understand. No. But yeah, this is back in that day. So take yourself there.
Got it.
And take yourself to being like somewhere between 14 and 16 years old. So keep that in mind when I tell you this story.
14 and 16. Ooh, yeah, those were some good years.
Yeah, you had some great ideas and life plans at that age.
I knew it all.
So this story starts out, I'm going to tell you kind of the end, and then we're going to work our way back.
Okay.
So 16-year-old Mark and 14-year-old John, they're like good friends, best friends, hanging out.
In the Bible.
Oh, yeah. But again, these aren't their real names.
Right. Mm-hmm.
This takes place in Manchester, by the way. These guys like hung out all the time. They played video games, good buddies, good mates, as they would say. And one day they are hanging out, they're walking along, and Mark says to John, hey, come back here. I need to show you something. And he walks him into this dark alley that's behind a bar. And then he pulls out a knife.
Wait, they're 15 and they're hanging out behind a bar?
Well, I think they're just like in the neighborhood.
Oh,
I don't
like
think
an
they had
alleyway
anything
or
to
something?
do with this bar. That just happened to be where this took place.
Okay.
And he turns John around and he says, "I'm sorry, I have to do this." And he stabs him repeatedly in the torso. And then he says, "I love you."
Oh.
And he lays him down
To die?
and walks away.
That's terrible.
It is. Oh, that's not the way I wanted to tell the story. Damn it. I wanted to tell it a different way. Oh, well. See, this is the problem with writing the story like 3 weeks ago and then like forgetting how I had it all planned out. But anyway, so then he leaves him there to die. He goes to a payphone. He calls the police, whatever they call, what is it, like 111 or whatever? I don't know. He
On
calls
Squid Game, it's like 177 or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so he calls for help and he just says, "Hey, yeah, I was just out walking with my friend and this guy came up and out of nowhere he just attacked us. I tried to fight him off, but he ended up stabbing my friend." Has this like whole elaborate story. Okay?
All right, but he doesn't have any battle wounds on him.
No,
Okay, keep going.
no, there's a lot of things
Holes.
wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the holes in his friend. Okay. So let's start back to a few months earlier when 16-year-old Mark, he's a high schooler and he worked part-time as a dishwasher. He played a lot of sports. He played football or soccer or whatever the hell you want to call it. He had kind of okay grades. He wasn't the greatest in school at all.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was just kind of pretty. And he had like a relatively normal family life, and he's just kind of your average teenager. His parents kind of wanted him to do a little bit better in school, so they ended up getting him a computer to kind of help him study. But after school, he would just play video games on it and go into chat rooms. And he found this chat room that was just totally local teens. It was all teens in the Manchester area, and you would go on and you would gossip about school and you would talk about movies coming out and, you know, stupid things that teenagers do. And at first he was just kind of like reading the comments and getting, you know, the scoop on what was going on. And then he just like kind of slowly got into it, and over time he came almost obsessed with it, and he was on it all the time. So then he starts to talk to people, and he starts to talk to this girl named Rachel. And Rachel was also a 16-year-old from the area, and she worked at a local gym. She was this like really cute, long...
How do all these 16-year-olds have such good jobs?
Working at a gym?
At 16?
Where did you work when you were 16?
Summer camp.
That sucks. Where did I worked at Target.
At 16?
Yeah.
Did you need a work permit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, it's just at a gym. She was probably wiping down sweaty equipment. What?
Probably. Can I have the Prosecco?
Okay. And he was a dishwasher at a restaurant.
Yeah, I guess
so
it's not
I don't know.
like server. Yeah.
Anyway, he thought that she was pretty cute, and he slid into the DMs, and they started talking kind of outside of the chat room on their own little private messenger thing going back and forth.
Oh, yes.
And they kind of hit it off, and they were like flirting back and forth, and they kind of developed this like little online relationship. And then eventually Rachel's like, "Hey, let's meet up IRL."
Yeah. Got it?
And he kind of wants to, but every time the date comes up, he gets cold feet, and he's like, comes up with an excuse.
Lame.
Yeah. But over time, he kind of like got a little bit more familiar with her, and they actually started meeting other people that they had in common. So she introduced him to like some of her friends that he also chatted with in the chat room, and also her little brother, John.
Okay.
And this is a stepbrother, and they kind of like it helps him like, you know, establish that this is a real person.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of hit it off too, and they talk about video games, and they just, you know, become friends.
Got it.
So then they decide like, hey, let's all meet up. So, it's a little bit less awkward. So they're going to meet up. They're going to meet with Rachel, John, and Mark. Okay. So they plan to go see this movie together. And when they all meet up, unfortunately, this time Rachel can't make it. And she gets called into work to cover a shift.
Okay.
But he still meets up with John, and they,
Is this his first time meeting John in person?
Yes.
Okay.
And they end up playing video games at this arcade, and they have a good time, whatever, good buddies.
Sure.
They end up being friends. And over time, they actually start chatting on their own private chat, and they talk about girls, and they talk about video games, and they start doing, like, the weird thing that people play. I don't know how to describe it, but like when people play video games and they're, like, watching each other play, and then they're, like, chatting back and forth.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like on different computers?
Like, yeah, like Call of Duty and stuff like that.
There's a guy on your right.
Yeah.
Turn
that
around.
Kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so they start doing that. And over time, all of them have, like, they develop this little schedule. Like, every day after school, they're going to get together and they're playing these video games and they're chatting. And he's starting to, like, fall for Rachel even more and more. And they're starting to flirt.
Over
and
the
do a little
computer games.
Little webcam action.
Oh, do they have that?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I don't even know how to do that right now. Other than like a Zoom meeting. And this is back in 2003.
Do you want to see some dirty pictures? Turn on a Zoom. I'll send you the code.
The meeting has started.
The host has not let you in yet.
This meeting is being recorded. No, but yeah. So he is chatting with her, but her webcam doesn't work. But she does send him photos.
Okay.
You're giving me a look.
I'm thinking of. I've got an idea.
You've got an idea?
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering where this be going. Keep going.
Okay. So they talk about meeting up again in person, and a few days go by. They're still trying to plan something out, and this other guy ends up joining the chat room, and this is the Manchester Teens chat room.
Okay.
And his name is Kevin, and Kevin types in all pink, and he's kind of a little, I guess you would call it a troll today. I don't think they used that word back then.
I think that's a newer term.
But he would just like flirt with people and then make fun of people and say like really weird and obnoxious things.
He's some like 40-year-old single guy.
Yeah. So both John and Rachel know this kid from school.
Oh, he's a real person. They do know him. Okay.
Yeah. And Mark goes to a different school, obviously. And they're like, yeah, he's super annoying. He's like always just being a pain in the ass. And then Kevin slides into Mark's DMs.
Okay.
And he starts asking about Rachel and their relationship and starts like kind of poking fun about how...
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
Kevin
Yes.
is messaging Mark
Yes.
about him and Rachel's relationship.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure I had my characters correct.
And the thing is, so Kevin, for whatever reason, likes to proclaim that he's gay on the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like he might be maybe bi or
He likes to flirt with
undecided,
everyone.
whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because he kind of seems to have this like claim over Rachel. And he is a little upset that Mark is dating her online.
Is she friends with him in real life? In RL?
They're not really friends,
But they
but
know each
they
other?
know each other.
Okay.
And he starts threatening Mark and saying like, hey, you need to back off. You need to like stay away from her. And if you don't, I'm going to cause trouble, basically.
Okay.
So then he starts asking for other things, like threatening that, hey, if you don't want me to do something to Rachel, you need to do something for me.
Oh. What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no, this isn't even scraping the surface of how weird this gets.
All right. I mean, maybe when you're 15, 16. Yeah, I mean, things can get scary and you believe people, I guess. But I would just, like, I feel like now I'd be like, shut up and go away. But maybe when you're like 15 and people are threatening.
Oh, just wait.
Okay.
It gets so much weirder.
I'm weird. I mean, I'm waiting.
So Kevin, not really asks, but he says, hey, you don't want me to fuck with Rachel? You need to send me some pictures.
Like DPs?
Like FPs.
I don't even know what that means. Fucking picture?
Feet pictures.
Of your feet?
Yeah, he wanted to see his feet.
Okay.
What?
I just heard recently, like, people that have, like, a foot fetish, it goes back to, like, something with their childhood.
Doesn't, like, every fetish go back to something in your childhood?
Maybe, probably.
But what happens that makes you into feet?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the end of what you heard? You're just like, oh, it's something to do with your childhood?
Something like that. You know me. I read titles. I don't read articles.
Oh. Okay. Well,
there goes that story.
Maybe for our last thought in a shot, we can find out where foot fetishes come from.
Yeah.
All right. So Mark's like, you know, he's kind of annoyed. He's kind of scared a little bit. And he's like, you know, whatever. I don't care. It's my feet. Whatever. So he does it. And he sends him these feet pictures. And that's kind of like satisfies this Kevin guy for a while.
So weird.
But then he keeps asking for more and more and like more than just foot pictures, but some, you know, DPs and some action shots and things like that.
And he's doing it?
Well, he doesn't want to at first, but he's like worried about Rachel, and John has confirmed that this guy's like a little crazy, and he's like, okay, well, I'll do it. So then he finally breaks down and he's like, okay, I need to tell Rachel what's going on. So he tells Rachel and she's like, holy crap, you don't need to do this for me. Please stop. And he's like, well, I care about you and I want you to be safe and I love you. So she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this for me. This is so like thoughtful and you're my hero and let's meet in person.
Wait. They still haven't met in person?
No, they still haven't met in person.
Oh my God. What? Why did I think they had? Probably because he's doing all this stuff for this chick he's never met before.
Never met her.
Oh.
But they're going to meet.
Sure they are.
So they have a plan. They have a rendezvous point. They're going to go and they're ready for it. He's not going to get cold feet this time. He's going to feet. So they go and Rachel doesn't show.
Yeah, because she's not real.
Well, I mean, he knows all of her friends. Oh God, what's happening? What was that?
A flashlight.
Oh. Okay. All right. So he goes back to the chat room and he's calling up what's his name? He's calling up John. He's like, hey, do you know where Rachel is? She didn't show up. And he's like, I don't know. I'm not staying, because he's the stepbrother, remember? Mm-hmm. It's like, I know I'm not at their house tonight. I'm not sure where she is, you know. So he calls her friends and he's trying to get a hold of like where Rachel went. It was kind of weird.
Have they ever talked on the phone?
With Rachel? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, he's talked on the he's talked on the phone to the brother, John.
Well, they went to arcade together.
Yeah.
So they've met in person.
They've met.
Okay, keep going.
So he figures like, okay, she just doesn't want anything to do with me, and she kind of goes away, and he's like, okay, that's weird. So a couple days go by and he does his regular routine where he logs onto the chat room after he gets off of school, and he sees these people in the chat room talking about this girl who died.
Oh no.
And that girl, once he talked to John, was confirmed was Rachel.
Oh no, she was real.
This is kind of a mysterious death because the police don't know if it was accidental, if it was suicide, or what happened. And this is kind of one of those things where you'll hear different versions of the story of how she died. But the version that I heard is that she had fallen from like the rooftop of an apartment building.
Oh.
And now Mark is thinking like maybe it was this Kevin guy.
Oh, no.
So he's like, holy shit, what do I do?
He was being serious.
Yeah, like, could this have been? So he talks to John, and John's like, I don't know. It could have been. And they start, getting together and talking about it and trying to figure out, like, what happened. But eventually they're both just kind of like grief stricken. And John's
it's his
like,
sister or stepsister.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Can we just do something else? Can you help me take my mind off of it? Can I just have like a break and a distraction from this? Mm-hmm. So he agrees, and they just kind of go back to playing video games and watching movies, and they start hanging out more and more just because they're kind of consoling each other.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they're still on the chat room just about every day. And about a month after Rachel's death, this new person joins the chat room, and her name is Janet.
Okay.
And Janet first is just kind of like talking to everybody, kind of getting the feel of the chat room, and just seems to be like a new person in town. That is until she sends a private message to Mark. And she reveals to Mark, after talking to him for a little while, that she isn't, in fact, a teen from Manchester. She is a cop. And she is trying to find out more information about Rachel's death.
Oh.
And after doing some investigating, she learned that Mark was kind of Rachel's boyfriend.
That had never met before.
Right. Mm-hmm. But she wants to know more. So she's feeling it out, and she's like, hey, I'm on this case. I have this theory based on some of the evidence that maybe Rachel wasn't the target. And
it's an airplane.
I don't know if it's because my back is to the door this time.
You're real jumpy tonight.
I am. Okay. So, that's really loud. I wonder if the microphones can pick that up. There's been some really loud airplanes lately.
Really big ones.
I saw like a whole formation of fighter jets the other day.
What are those ones called with the disc on the back?
I don't know. Pancake planes?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of those.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh, okay. So she is trying to do a little digging, and she thinks that maybe Rachel wasn't the target, but she thinks that maybe John was the target. And she can't really give too much information away, but she's talking to Mark and trying to get more information. She's like, hey, we have had surveillance out. We've been watching you guys. We know that you are close to this family now.
Maybe things are like legally different in different countries. But is that allowed? Like, can you talk even via chat room to a minor without parental consent?
I don't know. And I was wondering that just the other day because I was going back and watching some of the interviews from the Slender Man case and how they picked up those girls.
They didn't have their parents present or lawyer present or any. They were just girls.
And I mean, cops can definitely ask people stuff. They can.
Yeah, but to almost be interrogating and getting statements. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's totally legal. I don't know. If you are a cop and have interviewed a minor without their parents present, let us know.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how that works. But
okay, so Damn It Janet is messaging.
What is Damn It Janet? What's that from?
Damn It Janet. Rocky Horror.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Rocky Horror.
October, I feel like, is the month for that.
It is. Totally.
Yeah. So she's talking to Mark, and she actually has a job for him, and they have this surveillance going out.
I want to be an undercover person so bad. I think that'd be so exciting.
You could be a secret shopper.
I have been a secret shopper.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm.
Where you like, who are you doing secrets to?
For?
No, like, are you watching the people who work there, or are you watching like the customers, or?
No, I was gosh, this is so many years ago. I had to go into a store and I was instructed to purchase a certain item, and then I'd have to answer questions about how many people, like how many employees I interacted with, how many people were in line before me before I checked out.
Oh, yeah. Monique, my friend Monique, has done stuff like that. And she used to do it for restaurants all the time. And we would get to go and have like a fancy dinner somewhere. And we got to order like, oh, you have to get an appetizer and you have to get drinks and you have to get this and you have to get a dessert. So we'd get like all of this food. I remember one time we went to Lazy Dog and we had to order the butter cake. And it was so good.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad job.
So good. And then like once she filled out her little report and everything, the whole meal got comped and then she got like $20 or something on top of it. But yeah, she had to like basically write a book report on her interaction.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I'm totally going to sign up for it and I'm going to do it. And then like,
it's not worth it. It's really not.
Okay, I'll tell you how not worth it. Or I don't know if it's not worth it or how lazy I am because I didn't even finish filling out the application. It was too much work.
Well, I do Amazon reviews.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
I get sent items to review, and I get those items either for like crazy discount or free. And I have to write a review, but that's really easy. Just an Amazon review and a couple of pictures.
I don't know if I ever told you. I got to do that one time too.
For Amazon?
Yeah, but it wasn't through Amazon. It was just like some company, and they were like, hey, you want some free leggings? Oh. And then they sent me an Amazon code on Instagram.
Oh.
I'm like, this is a scam. This isn't real. But I clicked it and it worked.
Yeah.
So,
because they want to get the more reviews they have. I mean, just like podcasting, the more reviews you have, the higher your product goes up in the little like search bar.
Did you know that I don't even know how to find our reviews?
Because you don't have an Apple.
Because I don't have Apple.
We just got a new review recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a good one.
Oh.
We don't have any bad reviews.
I thought we did.
We have one bad ranking. Rating. Yeah. We have like a 2.
But we know who that person was.
We do know that person. But all of the rest
I hope that made them feel good about leaving us a 2-star.
Stupid. Whatever.
At least they give us a 2-star, not a 1-star.
We have 80 ratings now.
Oh, no way.
Uh-huh. So if you're listening, if you've made it this far in this episode and you haven't rated and reviewed us, go do that. And we'll get on with the story.
Okay. Yeah, so she asks Mark, why do I keep forgetting his name? She asks Mark to go and hang out with John and try to get like more information for her.
I just keep picturing our friend Mark.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Chef Mark.
Oh.
Yeah. Should I not do that for this story?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay, keep going.
I mean, maybe, yeah, actually, I think you should.
Okay.
Because it involves a chef knife.
Oh, all right.
So, yeah, go ahead and picture Chef Mark. So, yeah, and she basically starts giving him these jobs to help solve this case. And he's like, yeah, you know, I want to figure out what happened to Rachel.
Yeah,
and
was
like,
it an accident? Was it? Yeah.
Right. And I already hang out with John anyway, and part of him wants to protect John now that he's finding out this information that maybe John was the target. So he starts hanging out with him more and communicating with this Janet cop lady. And she is affirming that, like, yeah, he's doing a good job because they have these like people out doing surveillance and confirming that they are together. And she seems to know a lot about him, and it's like, you know, seems legit. Because
totally.
he was kind of questioning at first. But, and then she reveals to him a little bit more, and she says, hey, I have to break it to you. I wasn't completely honest, but now that you've helped me out enough, I can trust you, and I need you to basically take this like online oath saying that you're telling me the truth, kind of like what you were talking about before. Like, this is basically an interrogation at this point. But I'm not actually a cop. I'm actually a part of the British Secret Service. You're looking at me blankly.
Why are you doing this in a chat room?
Well, it's a private chat.
Okay.
They're like, you know, basically emailing at this point.
Why are you emailing?
Well,
keep going.
Let me tell you why. Because she says, you have been doing a great job for us. You could potentially come work for us.
Oh my
after
God.
you graduate. But first, I need you to complete some missions.
Uh-huh.
And then she reveals to him that she believes that John was the target because he is actually a spy from a foreign country.
Wait, John is?
Yes.
For real? Or she
Yes.
thinks this?
They have confirmed that he is, in fact, a foreign spy.
I'm getting so confused.
And he actually has information that can lead to opening a safe that contains world secrets.
Is she crazy?
And if these secrets are revealed, it could put their entire country in jeopardy. And they need to make sure that they have access to John.
Is she for real?
And this safe is deep in the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, no.
And only John's body can be used to open it.
What is happening?
And John actually has a terminal brain.
Are you just making this up as you're going along now? Because
No,
this is getting
I'm
ridiculous.
not. He has a terminal brain tumor. And if he...
Wait, she's telling him that he has a terminal brain tumor.
Yes, because they've been investigating him.
Okay, and he doesn't know any of this.
And he doesn't know any of
He
this.
doesn't know he's a spy. He doesn't know he knows these secrets, and he doesn't know he has a brain tumor.
No.
Okay.
But let me finish, and then I'll be able to, like, make these, dots connect. So she tells him all of this information, and if he dies, potentially another country that might be an enemy to theirs, like how I'm leaving out the names of them because I don't know who hates who.
I don't either.
Anyway.
I had to figure out where Manchester was for a long time in my head.
Do you know the only thing I know about Manchester is from Eurotrip? Do you remember Eurotrip?
Is that how
the
come,
movie?
is that why I know Manchester?
Yes.
Probably.
Because they like go into the sports pub and it's like the Manchester United football team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
It's such a good movie.
If you haven't seen Eurotrip,
You're
watch
missing
it.
out.
It
It's
is
so good.
Like so many good laughs.
Okay.
So many good ones.
And yeah, so if somebody gets a hold of John before they are able to access this information, it could be a threat, like, of national security. And so what she ends up asking him to do is kill him. And at first,
Wait, she's asking him to kill who?
John.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And like at first he's like, no way, absolutely not
He's
going to
my
do
friend.
this. There's no way. He is my friend. This isn't a thing. Like, I don't believe you anymore. But after spending more and more time with John, he realizes that, yeah, John does have a terminal brain tumor. And he, at first, like, he has like these headaches and stuff. And then he eventually confesses to Mark that, yeah, I have a brain tumor and it's not looking good.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he, in communication with Janet, they're still trying to solve all of this stuff, and he is in deep now. He's like, I am committed. Everything that you told me that I thought was fake has ended up being real.
This guy's an idiot.
He's very pretty. He's a very pretty football player. And he agrees to do it. And he's like, I will have a career. He's promised this career in the British Secret Service after he completes this mission. Mm-hmm. They even offer to pay him. They say, like, hey, once you do this, you're going to get this amount of money and you're going to be set. We're already talking to your parents. You're going to come to London. You're going to go to training.
Has he talked to his parents about any of this?
Doesn't appear to be that way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
it's a secret, right? It's Secret Service. So don't talk to anyone about it, but we're talking to other people about you and this job. Yeah. Uh-huh. Keep going. I'm getting irritated. This guy's an idiot.
What doesn't make sense. So then Janet tells him, like, hey, I need you to buy a chef knife. You need to buy these gloves. This is where you're going to buy it. We are going to be watching you to make sure that you do it right. And on this day, you're going to take John out
behind the bar.
Yeah. And you're going to stab him to death. And once you do, once he's dead, you're going to call for help. You're going to tell them this story. And when the police ask you about it, somebody from the British Secret Service will come in and we will make sure that you are taken away and
safe.
Yeah.
These poor parents. What is it? Rachel and John's parents.
Yeah.
That's really sad. Keep going.
So then we go back to the beginning of our story.
I'm there.
And he completes the mission.
I hate him.
Oh, wait, I forgot a really important thing. She also tells him that if for any reason this doesn't go as planned, you will hear somebody give you an abort code to abort the mission.
Okay.
So,
how will he hear that? Like,
somebody will say it because, she has spies all over the place who are watching him. They know what he wears, what he eats. They know everything about him.
And they know his code, or he knows the code.
You want to take a guess at the code?
Is it numbers?
Yeah.
143.
What's 143?
Remember when pagers were like a thing?
No, because I was 2.
Yeah, 143 is I love you.
Oh, because he says that?
No, I didn't put that together.
Oh,
I
no.
just was thinking of a
you're
number code.
Close. In a way, you're very close. It's actually 6969.
Oh, jeez. And we're circling back to Squid Game.
Circling back. All right. So here's the thing. Mark. Names are hard. So Mark makes the phone call. He assumes that he has killed his good friend.
Oh, did he not die?
But he didn't.
Yay! He sucks at a Secret Service guy. Murderer man.
But he almost dies.
Okay, well, yeah, you've been stabbed a few times in the
He was bleeding out. He had to be rushed away to surgery. He had some nicks and cuts and some organs that are kind of important. They had to restart his heart a couple times.
Oh, wow.
The thing is, there was cameras.
Okay.
So the whole story about some guy who ran up and attacked us, not great planning. So they found out what happened. But Mark was adamant. He did not change his story.
Stuck
and after intense interrogation, he finally he says, hey, you need to talk to Janet. Janet will tell you everything. And then eventually John comes out of surgery and they ask him and he says, no, it was
Mark
friend.
Wow. So you're saying about the cameras and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I know, I feel like every generation says, they grew up in the best of times and all that stuff. But, when I was in high school, people didn't have Ring cameras and, security cameras and stuff everywhere. So as, a teenager, I was able to get away with a lot of stuff. Harmless pranks, TPing and just, going out and
I didn't
stuff.
even think about that.
I don't think kids can do that now because it would set off a Ring alarm but I used to love going TPing. That was so much fun for me.
That was a fun time. That's it's a fairly, I don't know, in the day of hoarding toilet paper, if that's such a good idea. But it was a pretty fun, harmless prank.
Yeah.
And whatever, you would clean it up or they would clean it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
You usually knew the person that you were doing it to. I did, at least. We always knew the house that we were TPing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was always somebody else from your class.
You'd go to the grocery store and there'd be 6 of you guys and you would each be buying 4 packages of toilet paper and the checker would totally know what you were up to.
Oh, we never bought it.
Oh, you just took it from the house?
No, you would take it from public bathrooms.
Oh, no.
We would take the giant roll from the bathroom in the park.
Uh-huh. Oh, but that's one ply. It rips real easy.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we got the good stuff.
It was also a lot harder to throw with this giant wheel of toilet paper.
Yeah.
But now TikTok has like these ridiculous, stupid trends about pranks. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
The kids at school,
Yes.
like stealing things from the schools.
Yeah.
That's not fun. That's not cool.
Why do you want something from the bathroom? What are you going to do with it?
Yeah. You want a soap dispenser? Cool. You want to take a toilet? Like, people are taking toilets.
Well, and then like one of the things is like smack your teacher's ass.
That's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
That's so weird.
Kids are stupid.
Yeah, they are. Anyway, let me tell you more about some stupid kids.
Let's do it.
Because the story just wasn't making sense. It's like, okay, John and Mark, they were best friends. Everybody knew this. They hung out together. Why would he do this? It just didn't make any sense.
Because, damn it, Janet told him.
Yeah, and he starts talking about like, okay, like, you know, he reveals to them that he was a part of this investigation through this British Secret Service thing. And they're like, wait a minute. Let's look at this chat room. And they start investigating it. And in order to be a part of this chat room, all you really needed, it's kind of like Reddit, all you needed was an email address. Mm-hmm. So this investigator went through pages and pages and months of backlogs of this chat room and all of these people that he interacted with and all of these different communications and this whole, like, you know, teenage message after teenage message. And I feel sorry for them trying to read that because I can't even imagine how
badly it was spelled and grammatically incorrect it was.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because this investigator picked up on one word that was repeatedly spelled incorrectly.
Okay.
And this one word was spelled incorrectly the same way by multiple people that Mark was communicating with.
Oh, so this one person
was
acting like, damn it, Janet, and acting like Rachel?
And 189 other members of the chat room.
No. Are you kidding me? That's a lot of work. What?
This one person created this entire universe of people, including Rachel,
so Rachel never
Janet,
really died.
Including Kevin, and this one person, the only real person in the chat room
was Mark.
Was John.
And Mark? No? Mark's a real person.
Mark's a real person.
Uh-huh.
But John was everybody else. So John had gotten himself so deep into this universe that he created for Mark that he figured the only way out
was to get himself murdered?
Exactly.
That is bonkers.
And the craziest thing is, after they had arrested Mark on murder charges or attempted murder charges, he awaited trial and didn't find out any of this information until the day of the trial. And he heard John, once he was well enough, reveal that he was behind all of it, and his jaw just dropped. And he revealed that when he joined this chat room and he met Mark and saw his picture, he kind of fell in love with him, and he created Rachel, and he was just playing this part of his girlfriend. And eventually he became jealous of this own person that he created and killed her off.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
So I have a quote here.
Wait, what was the word that he spelled wrong?
I don't know. No. And that's the thing. It might be in the Vanity Fair article because that one is like super in depth. And I think it may have said it in there, but I don't really remember now.
That took such a turn.
Did you? I thought you were getting it. I thought maybe you would guess it.
No, I thought Rachel was real because the other people had been talking about her, but the other people weren't real. They were actually John.
I know. I screwed you up on that.
That's okay. Wow, that was bonkers.
So the judge described it as, this was a quote from him. He said, "A well-schooled fiction writer could not come up with the plot of this real-life story." And that's kind of like the famous quote from that whole trial. They ended up
This would be an amazing movie. Amazing.
I said the same thing, and I actually searched it, and they have made a movie about this, and I started watching it. I had to download the Peacock app because that's the only one that plays it, but you can watch it for free, and it's actually pretty good. They definitely take some creative liberties and make things make sense a little bit more with the story.
What's it called?
It's called You Want Me to Kill Him.
Wow.
Because that was what apparently Mark had written back to Janet, like, you want me to kill him? When he was in that far. So Mark ends up getting 8 months in jail because he was underage. And like, they heard the whole story and they were like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot, but like, you didn't really mean, you know, you're just, you're just dumb.
You took a knife and you inserted it into someone's chest.
Right. So John actually received a charge and conviction of inciting his own murder, which is the thing? First time anybody has ever been convicted of that.
I had never heard of that before.
Yeah. They both received like a permanent restraining order from each other, and they both received 2 years of monitored internet usage. Yeah. So they weren't allowed to use the internet for 2 years.
No more chat rooms for you.
Mark obviously is still anonymous to this day. They have never released his name. They never will release his name. He hasn't come out. However, John has, and he is currently living with his partner. I guess he actually came out and has somebody, you know, there for him, and they have a pug together.
Oh.
So there's that.
So he's, doing okay now.
I guess. I don't know. That's all we really know about him.
Huh. Good for him for hopefully getting lots of therapy, and maybe he started a really good writing career.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully he got some sort of royalties for that movie.
I hope Mark didn't become a chef. I hope he does not have a job with knives.
Who knows? He might even work at your local Whole Foods. But yeah, that's my story. It was a pretty good one. I have started watching that movie, and it's not bad. I didn't finish it.
I've
it's
never
on Peacock.
used Peacock before.
I haven't either. I downloaded it specifically for this. And you can watch it for free. All you have to do is watch the stupid advertisements.
Yeah,
but, you know.
It's like Hulu. Hulu's the same way.
Okay.
Wow. Do you want to play 2 truths and a lie?
Sure.
Okay. So you have to pick the lie. So I'm going to give you 3 foot facts.
Oh.
And you need to pick out the one that is incorrect.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The first one is most people have one foot that is larger than the other.
That I believe. I do.
Do you really?
Yes.
Which one's bigger?
My right foot.
Really?
Yeah.
Like by like half a size?
Oh, I don't think. Maybe. It's just like a little big. It's noticeable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's noticeable like looking at it, but it feels different in shoes.
Okay. All right. The next one is the oldest existing shoe is 5,000 years old and was found in an American cave.
That means nothing to me. 5,000 years ago? I don't know what was going on 5,000 years ago.
People were wearing shoes, apparently.
Okay.
And then the last one is there are 250,000 sweat glands in your feet, which can produce up to a half a pint of sweat a day.
I think I have more than that.
Because you have sweaty feet.
I am just sweaty everywhere.
Your hands, ever since you were little, we've called you clam hands.
Yeah, it's really done great things for my self-esteem. Thank you.
You have sweaty little hands.
I am sweaty everywhere, though. I'm just a sweaty person. Can't help it.
So which one's the lie?
I am going to go with the 5,000 year shoe thing. Simply because if I had to guess, because I know nothing about time and numbers, that shoes are way older than that.
Okay, well, you're really good at this game because all I did was took off 500 years.
Oh, see?
So the
Yeah.
oldest existing shoe is actually 5,500 years old and was found in an American cave.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But your body, like it has, your feet, I should say, have 250,000 sweat glands, and they produce up to a half a pint of sweat a day.
That's a lot.
Half a pint. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of sweat just coming out of your feet.
We all need to drink more water.
I don't wear shoes.
How
Are we related?
Yes.
Because I'm barefoot all the time and you're in like closed-toed.
Legit work boots every day.
Yeah, I'm barefoot.
Like if I get to wear like sneakers, tennis shoes, whatever you want to call them, that's like a good day for me.
No, if I have to wear tennis shoes, it's like an effort for me to put them on.
I don't understand your life.
I don't like shoes. I hate shoes.
It's not a choice for me.
If I could be barefoot every day, all day, I would be. If I have to wear shoes, it's flip-flops.
Wow.
The more you know.
Wow.
All right, so next week, since we're going to stay with the whole spooky October fest.
Wait, when did this come up? When did you announce this?
Right now.
Were we in Spooky Oktoberfest?
I mean, we're in Spooky October Fest, and we're starting it right now.
I feel like you have producer meetings in your head about the podcast, but you don't actually tell me them.
Well, if you turn into the Zooms, I could send you my naked pictures.
Okay, everybody send us your feet pictures to the Ripple Podcast on Instagram.
I wonder if my feet pictures would be desirable or not because they're tattooed.
Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm willing to bet there's somebody out there who would love some pictures of your feet.
Okay, I'll post them on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, I said they were tattooed. I should have let people pick which ones are mine and which ones are yours.
Oh, that would be obvious.
Because mine are tattooed.
No, I think even without that.
Because of the tattoos?
No, because you actually can have polish on your nails.
Have you seen my toenails?
No, let me see. Yeah, see, you have some.
Yeah,
It's like little chips. I don't have anything, though.
All right. Well, go on Instagram and check out our feet pictures. We'll show them for you guys. I'm going to do a spooky story.
Let me shave mine first.
Let me wipe the sweat off of them. I'm going to do a spooky story next week for us. Because I want to do spooky October.
Okay.
And then, yeah, that's it. That's not the only hint I'm giving is spooky October.
I'm going to work on I'm going to work on talking first. But I'm going to work on not saying, so much.
Is that your goal for the week?
Yes.
Do you say a lot?
Just this episode, I've caught myself saying it so many times, and I bet it's so annoying.
Really?
Yeah, I say it a lot.
Okay.
No. They were like,
I did not catch that.
And then when you're like,
at all.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
People can go back and listen to the episode and take a shot every time you say
Don't, you'll die, and I'll be responsible for your death.
All right, we almost finished this entire bottle of champagne.
You have almost finished that. I'm still on my first drink.
No, I filled yours up a couple times when you were reading.
I missed that.
All right. Until next week, don't forget to be a fountain.
Not a Jane.
Bye.
Bye.